Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. We are going to be taking a look today at your keys to financial freedom. If you happen to be new here, my name is Shon, and I am so glad that you are joining me for this very special reading. I love to give you brutally honest truth in the readings that I provide, and I promise not to just throw word salad at you or make stuff up to keep you watching. However, you do want to stick around to the end of our reading, because once we've gotten all of your messages, found out everything that you need to know about financial freedom specifically for you, I am going to be providing you with an affirmation that I will make up on the spot based on these messages we get here today to help you align with and continue on the path to that financial freedom. So Aquarius, let's get started. This set of cards that you see here on the far left is the Tinseltown Tarot. We're going to be finding out your potential for financial freedom with these cards. Then we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot to find out what blocks or limiting beliefs you may have that are keeping you from feeling that you are on your way to that freedom, okay? After that, we're going to take a look at the Wild Muse Oracle by Vanessa Samoena and find out what your next step or steps are or is to get on that path. We might also actually find out specific energies for you to key into in order to draw in that financial or create that life of financial freedom for yourself. And then finally, we're going to use my money manifestation oracle, say that 3 times fast, to get your final guidance. And that will probably be the main message used for my creation of your affirmation. So let us get started. Looking at your potential, we have the 5 of Swords. Ooh, we have the 9 of Pentacles, and we have the Moon card. Okay, so your key to financial freedom lies in your ability to problem solve. You have a very strong sense of what will make a situation better, what will alleviate a situation. Troubleshooting might come very, very easily for you. But I'm getting the key for you is not just your ability to figure things out. You figure them out very quickly and in innovative ways that most people don't think of, because you are Aquarius. You have a gift for making situations better. So sometimes the problem that you're solving will be in the form of conflicts between others. In other cases, the problem that you're solving is just that it's time for advancement in some way in the place where you're working or the field that you're working in or for. I definitely am getting very strong self-employment vibes. Again, with you being Aquarius, you are an innovator, so you are a self-initiator. You have the ability to create something and sustain it. You might have noticed that here with this Aquarius card, which comes from the, I believe it's called the, what is the name of that deck? I'll put it in the description box. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's the Astro something cards. I can't remember off the top of my head. But you notice here this keyword of collaborate. That is very, very much one of your strengths, Aquarius. You work well with others because of your ability to see the potential in situations and the potential of others in those situations, like what it is they're able to bring to a scenario, to an endeavor, to a job that maximizes their strongest gifts and your strongest gifts. You're one of those people who, when you choose to collaborate, which is not very often because you're very independent and you do like your freedom, your tendency to need freedom extends beyond just personal freedom. It's also part of who you are when it comes to how you work, because most people just cannot keep up with you. You're very smart. You are smarter than most. Or even if you're not technically smarter than most, because you have such an out-of-the-box way of thinking, what you come up with, what you say, what you do is mind-blowing for others. So for that reason, you do often work by yourself, right? Or feel more comfortable when you're working independently, working on your own. But you also have a very strong ability to work well with others because you can see the value that they bring to the scenario, to the situation, to the endeavor. The self-employment bent that I'm getting for you is partially because of who you are as an Aquarian. And you oftentimes collaborate best when you have chosen your collaborators, when you're the one who has hired the people or had a strong hand in selecting the people that you're working with. It might be a little bit harder for you to collaborate with others when it's just a more traditional work environment, when you just happen to find yourself stuck with certain fellow employees, coworkers is what normal people would call them, because someone else chose these people for your team. But you're very diplomatic. You're very much a team player, despite being so individualistic, because you tend to look at things based on what is for the good of all, what is the best scenario or the best method for all involved, right? So despite any eccentricities you have as an Aquarian, and despite your very solitary way of being able to function, you do work very well in a team. So this is another key to financial freedom for you. But when it comes to this idea of you owning the business, there's so much to unlock there for you. You might be an Aquarian like myself, because I'm Aquarius also. You might be one of those Aquarians that also has a very strong connection to the spirit world. You might be one of those Aquarians that, because you are so in touch with the ethereal, you get messages that will help other people. So this might show itself in you choosing to possibly be a counselor or a consultant or advisor of some sort. There is a lot of potential for you to build financial freedom through that kind of work. Any work where you are sharing wisdom and giving advice. There is an energy to you that is very much like the goddess Athena. She is strategic. She is very wise. Okay, taking a look at the Light Seers Tarot, we have the Wheel. So that's the Wheel of Fortune. But then we also have the King of Cups, and we have it in reverse. So in terms of a potential block, or a possible, not potential block, because, potential indicates something good usually, but a possible block for you in being able to create this financial freedom is the fact that you don't really attach to things. You very much have a go with the flow kind of energy. And sometimes to get success in an endeavor, we have to stick with it for a very long time. So this is not to say that you're flighty, but the fact that you are able to roll with the punches, the ups and downs of life, the constant change of life, without feeling overly attached to something. Sometimes Aquarians get accused of not being emotional or not being emotionally connected to others. And this can also be true about things or activities. So it's going to be very important for you to just be aware of that aspect of your personality. You don't quite have shiny object syndrome the way a Libra might, but it's more along the lines of you get excited about new ideas. So when you have a new idea, or you hear a new idea or a new methodology, there can be a tendency to to move away from what you've been doing and try out this other thing, especially if there is an immense amount of merit to it in its own right, because it is possibly innovative, possibly avant-garde, possibly just, again, really smart, really different. Things that are a new concept. You're big on vision and philosophy. And so what that can sometimes mean is maybe not really being there for the details and the drudgery of things, So that's just something to be aware of. watching that tendency not to get attached, which can serve you well, particularly in business, because we want to make good decisions with our head. But for you specifically, Aquarius, to have financial freedom, you have to let yourself love something. You have to let yourself attach to it because of that love, to love what you do. And then when some other thing comes up, allowing yourself to think, oh, I do like that idea, or that does seem, interesting, or oh, that might be fun. But I am committed. Commit with your heart to this endeavor that you're going to build that is going to help you have the financial freedom. And you'll know which one it is because of the fact that it will feel good to you. It'll feel right to you. It'll feel aligned for you. It will not be something where you feel disoriented and disjointed. Whenever Aquarians we're very resilient and very flexible despite being a fixed sign. And it is because of the fact that we understand concepts. And so when something is brought to our attention or it's explained to us, we are able to take that in. And that does allow for us to appreciate something new, despite the fact that we are technically a fixed sign, right? So it's so important for you to let the choice of what to build, particularly when you're building towards, when you're at that place where you're like, okay, now I am ready to start building my financial wealth. Go ahead and think of it as a financial empire, Aquarius. You are allowed to do that. You are allowed to do that, okay? And make sure you're choosing something that it won't be so hard for you to attach to and stay attached to for the long haul. Because this financial freedom that you're going to have, it really is about not just innovating, but owning, being in charge of it, having it be yours, And it really does feel like a consultancy or counseling situation, because you get to choose what you charge for that. At what price do you value the advices that you're able to give to people? What growth are they going to get to see from working with you? What problems are you going to be solving for them? Problem solving, Aquarius, that is something that you should definitely always charge a premium for, because the person is stuck without the solution. Right? So that means that what you are offering them in your ability to problem solve is very, very highly valuable. Okay, taking a look at Vanessa Samoyana's Wild Muse Oracle. In terms of next steps for you or energy to tap into right now, you got unconscious games. Now, what this seems to be saying, this card can be a warning. Notice all the shadow in it. The darkness and the use of dark and light here. Oftentimes when this card comes up, when I use this deck in a reading, it does feel like a warning. But here in this case with you, I don't feel like this is a warning, particularly when we take into account, you see this sprig of flowers up in the top left corner. There's something beautiful blooming there. It's not the focal point. It's not the obvious part of this card, but it is indeed there. And the unconscious games in your case, Aquarius, is again that part of your mind, the same part of your mind that does the problem solving, is that same part of your mind that I referred to earlier as being strategic, and you, without trying, you look at life like a puzzle. That's what it is. It's like a puzzle, whether it's a puzzle that you put together like a jigsaw puzzle, or it's a puzzle that you solve like a crossword puzzle. Right? So bringing the energy of fun into the endeavor is important for you. Allowing that piece of you that does like to play, that does have somewhat of a sprightly energy or quality to you. Don't try to push that down. Because of your ability to see so many things and move in so many ways, you may have had people who try to tamp down this tendency you have to be playful, even when it comes to work. I feel that you've got the spirit of youth, for sure. You're one of those people that you might have very pixie-like features or seem or look younger than you are. at your core, you feel that life is a game for you, and that's okay. And then other people for whom life is not as easy, they may have rained on your parade. They might have been like wet blankets to you and try to, make you be different by using words like needing to grow up or needing to take things more seriously. But the key for you is freedom. It is not a coincidence that for this reading, I deliberately chose to look at financial freedom for Aquarius, because freedom is necessary at our core. If an Aquarius feels weighed down or shackled in any way, we will bite off our paw to get out of that shackle. You know what I'm trying to say? I didn't say it very elegantly, but you know what I mean. We will sometimes destroy a thing, burn a bridge, tear down the whole town to get away from something that feels confining or restrictive to us, because we absolutely need freedom. Freedom is the energy of play. So the next step for you is to let yourself really tap into that energy of play. Let yourself experience it and enjoy what you are building. Even though as it becomes more and more solidified in your planning and in your building, it will seem more serious. It'll seem like more is at stake, because it is, because you're building something. And usually when we're building something, particularly your business, there is money on the line, right? But for you, the key is to let yourself be playful about it. If there's applications to fill out, look at it as, again, a game. Don't stress about it. Don't get tense about it. Don't worry about whether or not it's going to get accepted. It's just part of the game. It's all part of the game. All right. And letting that part of you that naturally seeks to have fun in life be a part of your wealth building endeavors. That is just don't try to not be yourself, or let yourself be yourself, regardless of what you hear or see around you, and or what you've heard or seen or been told before. Okay? And particularly when it comes to this thing that we talked about earlier about your ability to collaborate with others. It's game. It's fun. Working with others is fun. Getting to be a team is fun. I am getting to tell you that if there is someone that you find yourself working with where they don't have the ability to allow you that sense of fun in the work that you're doing, you need to remove this person from your team. They are not the right collaborator for you. Okay, and then your final card that you have here. Oh, laziness. Okay, so this is your your final message, and it's a bit of a it is a bit of a, I want to say warning, but it's really meant to be words of wisdom from which we are going to build your affirmation, okay? So it says here, laziness, ooh, Aquarius, says your dreams are so much bigger than your efforts to achieve them. If you want to accomplish great things, you'll have to try harder. So this definitely seems to be talking about what you've done so far, but it also lets you think in terms, remember this as you move forward in your endeavor, okay? So this need we have for independence as Aquarians, this need we have for freedom, I don't feel like independence is a strong enough word. I think for us, it really is about freedom. It is about being able to feel as though we can do what we want, when we want, and how we want, without interference from others. One of the things that I find myself very possessive of when it comes to freedom is my time. It is so hard for me when I do any kind of work that requires me to have set hours as opposed to just going with the flow of my day, or having to stop my day to keep an appointment. I do client-based work as a tarot reader, and sometimes that's hard for me because of the fact that I want to be able to start my day and just let it do what it do, or what I have planned for my day. And then, nope, you got to stop because at 2:00 you've got this appointment over here, and that might be the case for you too. And for some people, our need to have that kind of freedom might look like laziness. I don't feel that you're actually lazy, but I do feel that because you are so smart, there may be a time to think, there may be times when you feel or think that things should come easily for you. And then if they don't, maybe you don't stick with them, You're so smart and so capable that if something takes a little bit more effort, do you abandon it? Just something to think about, you know? So the affirmation that I'm going to give you today is this. When I play at my work, I'm financially free. When I play at my work, I'm financially free. And allowing the work that you choose to do to be a game for you will help you not just enjoy it and have fun with it, but feel a little bit more in control of it. And I feel that that's very necessary for you, Aquarius, to feel like you're the one calling the shots. And if you choose to go forward with an endeavor where you are actually building the business or creating the business, it doesn't have to be like a huge business. It could just be contract work at a skill that you're really great at, you know? I just got matchmaker. For somebody here, I just got matchmaker. I hope you're still here. But yeah, charging for your matchmaking services. There is, letting it be a game will keep you committed to it. And you won't be lazy about it or give up on it or not try very hard. Okay? So connect it to something you love or choose to do something you love and then have fun with it. Problem solving and strategy. That's where the money is for you. Okay? Okay, this is what I have for you today, Aquarius. Thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.